Hey everybody, I'm sure by now we've probably all come across these last updated timestamps on blog posts. So we want to do that, right? It's good for SEO, it's good for our visitors because it tells search engines and visitors how recently updated the content is. So thus, how relevant it probably is to them. How do we do that in WordPress though? WordPress by default will show when the post was actually published up the top of the article, not when it was updated, even though it does store that data. So what do we need to do? Well, it's actually really easy to do this within templates using Elementor. So I'm just going to jump over to my site dashboard here and I'll take you through the process. So to start with, we want to make sure we have Elementor Pro installed so that we have access to templates. And then over here, come into Templates and Theme Builder. Now, you may have some here already, you may not. We want to go over to Single, just to make sure. I just like to double check this, nothing here, okay. So we'll add a new single template. Let's select our post type. We want it to be just posts and give it a name. So I'm gonna call this my general blog post template because I want it to apply to all blog posts that I don't explicitly apply some other template to. Now, Elementor will kindly go through and create this template for us. And that should just take a moment to pre-populate and pull up the site builder. Now, you'll be presented with a whole heap of pre-built template blocks, pages, that sort of thing that you can choose from if you want to. I'm not going to use any of them for the purpose of this video, so I'm just going to close that. So here we have our blank canvas ready to go. Now what do we want to have on our blogs? We have some key things, a featured image, so I'll just drag that in. That'll pre-populate by default and it's pulled my most recent article. I'm not going to do any styling on it at the moment. I also want my post title, so I'll bring that in. That's pretty important. And I want my post content, so I'll pull that in too. Now, here's the key bit, our post info. That's really important. So we'll drag that in. I'm going to put it just below my title. And you can see by default, it's pulled in the author name, published date, time, and comments. All of these are here in the metadata. Now, I don't care about comments, and I don't really care about time. Now, logically, to change to our last published date, we would select this date one, right? We want type. Oh, date is all there is, date format. Oh, there's nothing we can set there, which is kind of odd. So to change this to actually be last updated, what we want to do is switch it from date to a custom type. All right. Now, click this little dynamic tags icon here. It's using a little database symbol. And we want to see this post date one. Now this seems a little ambiguous and like we're repeating the built-in function, but stay with me. Now, this little wrench icon will appear on the left. So click on the wrench, and we now have access to settings. So by this goes to post published as standard. So just click on that, and we can change it to post modified. Awesome. Now, we can see that our date there has just changed. We can leave it as the default format, or we can specify a different one if we like. There's lots to choose from, depending on your preferences. I'm going to leave it at default. And let's say we want to actually specify that this is the last modified date. Click to expand the advanced section here. And before it, we can then type, let's say, last updated. And maybe I'll say on there. Okay. And we can see now that that's changed and it's got last updated. Now, I might specify a slightly nicer icon. Let's go with a custom one because obviously we're on a custom type, so it doesn't have one selected. Fortunately, it's gone straight to the calendar for me, so I'm good with that. And that's it. Like, this template doesn't look great, but from here, I can then go through and really design it out to how I want it to look. But the most important thing is I've got my key details here. I'm just going to delete this header just so it's a little bit more prominent. So we've got title and last updated on this date. Now, we just want to make sure to publish it, and Elementor will prompt to ask where we want to display the template. By default, we're including all posts, and that's what I want to do. So I'm going to save and close that. If you want to change any requirements, you can specify them here, include, exclude, specific criteria, and you can even just type in name of posts if you just want to apply to certain ones. So save and close, and that will now be visible on our front end. So we can have a look, and yep, there we go. We've got a post here with our title and those details. Obviously, like I said, it needs some tidying up to make it look pretty, but that's how it's done. Really, really simple, really easy. So make sure you do this for your ministry, and it will definitely help with your SEO and also with your bounce rate by letting your visitors know that your blog content is up to date and relevant to them. Hope you found this useful. Be sure to hit the like button and also subscribe for more ministry tips from us.